Welcome back, guys, to my channel. We're back today to finish up work on this cake. This cake is over 12 inches high. This is a full ruler and it's not up to the height of this cake. Can you see it? Okay, it's really high and the diameter is 12 inches too. So I need to level it out. I've left it overnight to settle. I crumb coated yesterday, so it's firm. It's going under fondant. So I want to level the top now, but because my ruler is not long enough, I have to find a way to take a measurement that I can use to go around so that I don't make any mistakes. Because if I use the length of the ruler to level, I'm going to lose a lot of cake, a whole lot of cake. So I don't want to lose this whole amount of cake. So I'm going to devise another means of doing this. So I've had to devise a means to use my cardboard paper to take the measurement I want to use and go around. So I'm just going to use this as my guide with my very sharp knife to go around the cake. Trust me, it's very, very, very heavy. So I've gone around the whole cake. If you've watched our previous videos on fondant cakes, I'm just going to use the same method to trim off the top. Then I'm going to go ahead and do my second crumb coat before I cover in fondant. So I'm just trimming the top. I do it in bits so that I don't lose the line I've carved out, so that it's still level by the time I'm done. You say hello. I'm working with my young man. Say hello. Say hello. So we're almost done. Going around gently. My client was very specific about the dimensions of this cake. He wanted it to be 12 by 12 inches. So the diameter is 12 inches and the height is more than 12 inches. Or rather have it more than less. No play with them. So we've leveled it now. So we have a cake that is 12 inches high and has a diameter of 12 inches. So we're going to come back and cover it in fondant. So I've finished rolling out my fondant. The diameter of this cake is 36 inches, but I did 37 because I always want an extra. Then the height is 14 inches. So I've rolled out my fondant so that I can cover well at once. So I've buttered the cake again. That's the second coating with just buttercream, softened buttercream. Just like in our other videos. So now we're going to cover this tall cake now. So I flipped back to the other side That's what we normally do because I want the fondant to firm up a bit before I start covering. So I don't cover with the side I rolled on. So I flipped it to the other side. And I'm just putting a little corn flour so that it doesn't stick while I'm trying to lift it. Our hands are properly washed. This cake is quite tricky, so I can't work with gloves today. Please forgive me. We've washed very, very well. This is really, really heavy. So I've chosen the front of my cake and the back of my cake. So the part that is facing me now is the front of the cake. So I'm going to start putting in our fondant from the back. That's the essence of having a good measurement. Sorry that I'm walking anti-clockwise. This is really heavy. And I need to know what I'm doing. This is very, very heavy. Trust me. So I intentionally had an overlap. Because of the height of this cake, I'm not going to flip it. It's crazy. I can't even try it. So I'm going to have to work with that to get my sharp edges. That's why there is enough overlap. So let me cut off the excess, and then we'll seal this. Oh wow. Try as much as possible to seal it. So if it doesn't seal at the end of my smoothing it out, I will put a design here to cover it, but I don't want it to show. So I'm going to roll out for the top, then I'll come back and show you guys how I'm going to cover it. So I've rolled out for the top. Remember, this cake is 12 inches in diameter. So here I have about 15 inches because I don't want it to be short. So it's better I have excess than I have less than what I want. So I'm just going to gently lift this up. So as you can see, it's quite plenty. So just take off some of the excess so that I can work easily. Okay, so I'm going to fit in the fondant inside, like this. Fit it in before I start taking it off, before I start trying to get my sharp edges. So because this is not my preferred method of getting sharp edges, I'm going to start from the back so that if I have any issues, I'll be able to correct it before I get to the front of the cake.